Running any type of organization and having brand recognition requires customer service skills. Salam, I'm the solo developer of Nexus Defenders, which is currently available on Steam. I've previously worked at Treyarch and at Zwift. I'm not going to go over all the details of the situation, but basically Godot has shot themselves in the foot with how they've been interacting with their users and fans. To really quickly summarize, basically what happened, there was a post that was connected with social politics. One user said, please focus on game development. That spiraled into many people getting blocked by the official Godot Twitter account. It just snowballed, getting worse. Now, as I mentioned, I've worked in the game industry for a bit. I worked at Treyarch. I worked at Zwift. Before that, I've had a lot of experience with customer service. I've worked lots of retail jobs. I've worked at Walmart. I've worked at Target. I've worked at a gas station. I've worked at all sorts of places when I was younger. Working a front-face customer service job builds strong character and soft skills that will help you in other aspects of your life. I'm gonna go over 4 points that are related to this. First point, when you're the representative of your brand, you have to have patience and perseverance. I am the ambassador of Suburb Path. Whenever you're an employee for a brand, you are a representative of that brand. And when you say something negative and you do something negative, that will give the customer or the user a negative experience. They will tell their friends, they will tell everybody about it, and it will amplify. They will spread the bad message. They will spread that they had a bad experience. Keep in mind, people are more willing to share their bad experiences than they are willing to share good experiences. People are more willing to write a negative review than they are willing to write a positive review. That's why companies have to give incentives to get people to write positive reviews. You don't need an incentive to write a negative review. People want to write negative reviews to hurt that company. There has to be incentive for the positive reviews. Fellow game developers like myself, when you are dealing with customers, you want to be patient even if they are being negative towards you. For example, on my game Nexus Defenders, I got a negative review on Steam. It says, not recommended. Balance between missions, units, and gold income is virtually non-existent. The game's value for money is awful. All you get is a pack of 7 missions. Even random mobile games offer better deals than this. I replied to this user. I thanked the user for the feedback. I said, I'm sorry to hear the game didn't meet your expectations. Could you help me understand more about your experience with the balance between missions, units, and gold income? Any specific examples would be incredibly helpful. Regarding the game's value, I aim to price it fairly considering the overall length of the inclusion of an endless mode map. I noticed you've played for nearly 7 hours. Did you get a chance to try the survival mode? I appreciate your perspective and I take all feedback seriously. At that point, I thanked the user again for the feedback and I wanted to make the person feel heard. Even though I feel like a lot of what this person wrote is incorrect. I put a lot of time into trying to balance the game. For the amount of content I have in the game, $5 is not overpriced. So I disagree with the user, but I want to make sure that the user feels like I am not dismissing the user. I want to understand. Now, this user didn't reply back, so I never got any answers to any of my questions. I couldn't follow up with that. The point is, if I respond negatively to that user, the user will tell their friends about how I'm a terrible game developer. Not only that, but this review is public. Other people can look at the review and see my reply. They can see how I respond to negative reviews. If I respond to this negative review in a negative way, more people will side with the initial commenter without even playing the game or knowing if my game's any good or not. Just from the attitude alone, they will pick sides. So have patience, have perseverance, be calm, cool, and collected. The next point is to be accountable. Don't double down on your mistakes. Show that you're responsible, show that you're accountable. Just like my review that I responded to that user, I was being accountable. I said, hey, can you tell me specific examples? Now, the person never gave me any specific examples, but the point is, I want to create a dialogue. I want to make sure that they're heard. I want to make sure that they know if I see a mistake, I will own up to that mistake. If they can point out my mistakes, I'll say, okay, I'm sorry. I'll fix that mistake. And I have fixed lots of mistakes with Nexus Defenders. I've released lots of patches to fix bugs and other little slip-ups I overlooked. It's best to take accountability and say, sorry, I'm owning up to that. I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to take ownership. I'm going to do better. With Godot, they released an apology and they didn't own up to what happened. They said it was a mistake that all these people got banned. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. I'm not going to show all these tweets of what everybody said. But from what I've seen, there was clearly a lot of people who basically said, I want you to focus on game development, and they got banned. I don't think that is unreasonable for a backer of the open source project to say, hey, I would prefer for you to just focus on this game engine. Third point, smile. When you are interacting with customers or users, your fans, whoever, if they're having a rough time, smile. If you're in person with them and you smile, then they will know that you're trying to be friendly. But if you are online and you don't see their face, if you're smiling before you type out that response, then that will help you. That will psychologically help you write a friendlier response. Smiling does wonders for you, so smile. It's great. And my final point I wanted to bring up for this video. This is for those of you indie game developers who are using Godot or Unreal or Unity. I highly suggest that you make your choice of game engine to be objective rather than an emotional choice. I see so many indie game developers who want to keep jumping ship. They want to leave Unity because of this. They want to leave Godot because of this. They want to leave Adobe because of this. And the thing is, all of these organizations are run by people with opinions who make mistakes and also think differently from you. No matter what, no matter where you go, you're going to be unhappy for one reason or another. So my suggestion is make an objective choice as to why you want to use this engine over that engine, because otherwise you're going to be constantly flipping and flopping until you decide to just make your own engine, and then at that point you're not even going to make a game, you're just going to be working on an engine. Don't allow your emotions to get the better of you. Anyways, I wanted to make this a quick video. If you haven't already, leave a comment. Tell me in the comment section below, what game engine are you going to be using now? Leave a like, hit that notification bell so you can be notified as to when a new video comes out, and also make sure you subscribe. I'll give you guys an update soon on my next project. Take care, salam. By the way, if you haven't heard the main theme song for Concord, that song is amazing. It is sad that they have such an amazing song for a game that didn't even last 2 weeks. Go check that out on YouTube. Look it up.